Welcome back to This Week. I am pleased to be joined by Maryam Abolfazli, the Democratic nominee for the 5th Congressional District here in Tennessee. Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Let's introduce you a little bit here. You are a native Tennessean,
yes,
a second-generation immigrant, international economic and political development professional, named Nashvilleian of the Year in 2023. Congratulations.
That's right. Thank you.
You do know, of course, that this race is stacked against you, that this district is joined by the GOP Republican supermajority with the intent of eliminating the Democratic congressman that used to represent it and with the intent to keep Democrats from winning. So how do you win?
Let's just say I'm up for the challenge, Bob. I don't tend to cower in the face of difficulty. I enjoy creating new paths. That's sort of how my whole career has been. I like to think out of the box, think independently about a thing. So yes, many people would say that this has been gerrymandered so that we lose. But I'm running a very different campaign. I'm running a campaign, one that is about the community, that's about the voter. If I'm honest with you, I've put about 24,000 miles on my car in this district, and it's been neglected by both sides.
This district has obviously changed since it was gerrymandered, since it was redrawn. What are your priorities for this day? What are your top issues that you're talking to people about that you have of interest, and what are they talking to you about?
Well, I got in because, I was really active at the legislature. I was spending a lot of time there, mostly for gun safety. So I have a 6-year-old kid in school at MMPS, and I just wanted him to be safe among all of our other kids. And so I got in for that to do basic stuff like background checks and safe storage. And then I also wanted women to get their health care back because I don't think it's safe. We just got another news of someone dying in Texas for not getting the health care. And I knew that we were growing really fast as a region, as a district, and I wanted to make sure that everyone was able to participate in that. So this is sort of the 3 pillars. But as I've been in the race, I've learned about, well, in all honesty, the job of a congressperson and how little that's being achieved right now, how little is being done. And one of the examples is that we're growing. We need to manage our growth. Lebanon is the 12th fastest growing city in the country. Nashville, we already know, is booming. Williamson County, Murray County. We need a federal partner, a federal rep that's going to work on helping to bring those funds down to manage that growth. Infrastructure, schools, wastewater management, on and on and on. And right now we're getting zero. That's $0 are being brought down by our current federal rep, Andy Ogles, for us to manage that growth. And I just don't think that's right.
Your opponent has run kind of a quiet campaign, a hidden campaign, since he admitted to having discrepancies on his resume. There was an issue with a personal loan, he said, of $320,000. The FEC looked at it. He revised that to $20,000. His phone was seized by the FBI and returned. He said that was a mistake. Do the people of the district deserve better answers than that? We've invited him on this show, and he has so far not answered us.
The people of this district, and I've met with thousands at this point. I've met with cattle farmers, small business owners, churchgoers, all kinds of folks are decent people that work hard, that have family values, that are honest and integrous, and they certainly deserve way more than this. We don't know what kind of lie we're going to wake up to the next day. It's not only just the line on his FEC filings, it's also what is the FBI investigating? We don't even know what that investigation is about. Why did they need his cell phone?
Yeah, they won't comment.
We don't know. He spent zero money on this campaign, although he's got a ton of donations, because probably he spent $50,000 on lawyers and on and on. The other part is, what's the job? The job is to represent the people of District 5. Honestly, with full hard work and intent, and we don't see that at all. So they deserve so much more than that. My heart breaks for Tennessee, my heart breaks for the district, and that's why I'm trying. And I'm not perfect, and I'm not pretending to be, but I think that we can at least have someone there that's going to wake up every day doing her best with curiosity and commitment to figure out some of the solutions to our challenges.
Again, getting back to how do you win this? When you look at the district, they elected Andy Ogles to the district. We know what he is as a MAGA Republican, so he supports President Trump. If you win every Democrat in the district, you still lose. So you just need to win the Democrats, and you need to convince some of the people who are supporting Andy Ogles to support you. That's a big switch. How do you do that?
I'm not convincing anybody of anything. All I'm doing is being a human being that's willing to listen and learn about the people of this district. There's 500,000 of them. I've spent a ton of time out there, and I'm not even in an elected office yet. Afterwards, I will do the same. And all I'm doing is trying to understand what the needs are and how I, as a federal representative, could respond to those needs. I think that just hasn't been done across the board, and that is the thing that's different. That's what is shifting anyone that wants to shift, is that they come in contact with me, they see someone who's authentically committed to the people of this district, and that shifts things. And yes, their numbers are the numbers, and we'll see how that goes, but ultimately, I think people are extremely frustrated in Andy Ogles. I think they're also frustrated in the lack of movement on a lot of these areas that I'm running in. I think mothers, I think children, I think all kinds of young folks, everybody wants some shift, wants some change, wants to shake things up a little bit. And Democrat or Republican, I think for them it's about who's going to be honest, who's going to try hard, who's going to work hard, and that's what I'm running on.
Sadly, historically, Tennessee has a terrible voting record. We're always like bottoming around the country.
Yep.
How do you change that? How do you convince people it's important to get out and vote, regardless who they vote for? And the more people who vote, the more chance you have to win. How do you convince people to get to the polls? Here we are with a few days left in early voting, the election's 6 days away.
You know, the main thing I'm going for is inspiration, is hope. So when I'm in a room, when I'm talking to voters, I want them to feel that they can believe in themselves again, that their voice matters, that they are empowered, that it's all not just powerlessness and hopelessness, because that's how it's been. And so I get it why people are apathetic. But when they come in contact and we talk about it and they feel, okay, here's someone that's committed to doing this, something happens and there is a shift. And we are seeing some better numbers. We're seeing some good numbers in Wilson County, some good numbers in Williamson County, and Davidson's finally bringing it up as of last night. So I think we're going to prove everybody wrong, but it's not about hatred, it's not about division, it's not about fear mongering, it's actually about you do matter. Your voice does matter. We have to remember we are still a democracy, we're still a powerful, powerful country, and we should believe in it and use that voice.
Maryam Abolfazli, Democratic nominee for the 5th District. Appreciate your time and your insight.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Stay with us. This Week continues in a moment.